I'm Judi the Organizer and creator at Rescue My Space. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. As you can see, we are in a different room, and the reason being is because in today's video, I'm going to show you my storage room makeover. So of course, this is not my storage room at all. This is actually my living room, which is next to my storage room. But you know, I wanted to change it up a little bit. So before this room became a storage room, it was a coat closet. So see, the thing was, we never used it as a coat closet. We actually just threw our stuff in there. We threw all of our bulk items in there, all the items that had no home in there. And it was just a complete mess. It was a cluttered mess. There was no function. Because the space was dark, it was very difficult to find anything. It was even a little bit scary to go in sometimes. So you can only imagine how underutilized this space was. So finally, I decided to go ahead and take it on as a project, and I'm super happy on what it has become. It is now a room that is extremely functional. It is everything in it is easily accessible, and it is just a space that I really love. We all love it, actually. So I'm super happy to be sharing this with you guys. You will see the before clip, so you'll get to see how it was before. You'll also see the process on how we got it to what it is now. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Yeah. Before we continue, make sure you like this video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's get right into the video. What it looks like. I forgot to film before I took everything out, but this is it. I'm still taking out this stuff. I will be taking out that shelf, and yeah. And then over here, it's kind of messy everywhere, but this is where we have all of the, this is all of the stuff that was in there. So the goal is to paint inside there, bring in the light. This is the shelving units that I'm gonna put in there, paint it white, and then that stuff over there are just some bins that I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna get more of those and just some other stuff. But yeah, look at the little one. She's been a great helper. Thank you, honey. You're such a good helper. Look at the paint difference. Angle. It's coming together, guys. This is what I'm doing. Look at the mess. We're still gonna do the crown molding. We're gonna paint that. That's where we're at right now. So, welcome to my storage closet. So as you can see behind us, we have a wall full of bins. And the reason being is because most, if not all of the bins are designated to a specific item. So let me bring you in closer. So these particular bins were purchased from IKEA. And the great thing about these bins are they come in various sizes. So if you have a space that may need a bigger bin, a longer bin, or a flatter bin, IKEA has it. So I only went with these two sizes. We have the smaller bin, and then we have the smaller size, and then we have a medium size. And the reason being is because I did take in consideration the distance between each shelf. And as you can see, this shelf is bigger than this shelf, or at least the distance between them. So I wanted to make sure the bins fit that. So, and these did perfectly. So as you can see, we have some plugins in this bin. We have some Ziploc bags. We have our Swiffer pads and tissue. All of the items in our storage room are items that we use in our home on a daily basis. So I knew I had to create a space for them. Keeping with IKEA, this system was also purchased from IKEA, and this is the Algot system. IKEA does have various Algot systems, but this one in particular was the one we chose because we do have a staircase above this room, and this was the only one that flowed with the staircase, which is why we went for it. So as we go a little bit higher, oh, let me not forget, it will take an estimate 2 hours to put this up. Just make sure whenever you are reading the directions, you also watch videos of people putting it up, because the directions itself didn't really help when it came to installing it. But when I watched the video of people doing it, I was able to understand it and finally get it up. So make sure you do both when you're working on an Algot system. So as we work our way up, this is where we have all of our cleaning products. And the reason why it is high up there is because we do have a little one, and we want to make sure that, you know, she never has access to any of those items, because those items are a bit colorful and there's some liquid. I don't want her to mistaken them for something that she likes to eat or drink. So we decided to keep those items on top. So each bin is solid. And of course, the reason why I went solid was because these are cleaning products and they're not the prettiest to look at. So putting them in solid bins are ideal in my opinion. And in each bin are different items, which is the reason why each label is numbered. And the reason why they're numbered is because I did create a key chart for this room. So this is a key chart that I created for this room, and it was created in Word. So it's really easy to create. And as you can see, the very top rows are designated for our cleaning products. So cleaning product number 1 is for all of our soap refills. Cleaning product bin number 2 is for our dishwasher tablets, our fabric cleaners, our wood polish. Number 3 is for our Fabuloso. If you know what Fabuloso is, let me know in the comment section below. We have our Ajax and Windex in there. And then number 4, we have our Pine Sol, and we have our toilet bowl cleaner. So you get the gist. This is where all of our cleaning products are. So if we do have a house cleaner come in, she knows exactly where everything is just by referring to the key chart. And yeah, makes it easier for her, makes it easier for us. So come a little closer. Okay, as you pass up all these other bins, on this side in the corner, we have our dish organizer or dishes organizer. I'm not sure how to say that. So in here is where we put all of our old dishes. And of course, the dishes we'll probably use for dinner parties. I did purchase this specific container from IKEA, and it just fits perfectly in this space. And what's so funny is, after putting this together and putting the bins on the shelf, there was just random extra space. So this was like the perfect place for this, and it sits here perfectly. As you can see, the wall's at an angle, so you can't really walk that far. So I wanted to make sure that that space was being utilized, and that's where I added these white totes. So these white totes were purchased from the Container Store, and they also do come in black. So if you're not a fan of white, they do come in black, and they're solid. So in each bin or in each tote is specific items. So on the left, we have extra napkins, and this is when we do have a party. We have napkins for our guests. We have miscellaneous items, and most of the items in here are just extra containers or home decor items. And then on the very bottom, on the very, very bottom, on the left is where we have a tarp. So this is what I use whenever I do have clients and I'm working in a garage. I use a tarp to place their items on. And then on the right of that, we have our Christmas decor. We don't really go crazy on Christmas, but we do a little. So we have our decor in there. And and I wanted to make sure that the labels in here were cohesive. So as you can see, all of the labels are black and they have white font on them. So even though they're different labels, I wanted to make sure the style was the same. So I used a black cardstock paper to create the background of the label. And then I used a label tape, which was white on black label tape, to create the font, to create the actual label for each label holder. So as we walk out, we have our big vacuum, and it just kind of sits there because that's probably the best place for it to sit. Yeah. And as you look up, we have our closet rack. So the reason, let me put that up. So as I mentioned before, this used to be a coat closet, but we never used it as a coat closet. So for whatever reason, someone comes in and has a coat and asks us, can you put up my coat? I didn't want to say, no, we don't have a coat closet. So I wanted to bring in a closet rack or a clothes rack. I'm not sure what to call it, but I'll let you know in the description below or on the screen. But I wanted to bring in this guy because I wanted to have an area for coats. So this is just the perfect alternative for that. And what you do is you just bring it down whenever you need to use it. You put your hangers on it, or you put your hanged coat. Well, you add hangers and put the coat on the hanger, and it literally just sits on this. It is mounted to the wall, so as long as it's mounted accurately, the coats will sit on this without falling, of course. So once you do, so once you're done, you just take the hanger off and you put the coat rack back up, and that's it. So really easy thing to install. So if you're not using your coat closet as a coat closet, you can just add something similar to it, and then it still acts as a coat closet, even though it's acting as another space, as my storage room is. So before we get out of here, I did want to just, highlight our bulk items. So all the bulk items that can't really fit in the bins actually go on the bottom shelf. And as you can see, we have our paper towels, we have our toilet paper, and then we have our to-go plates on this shelf. And I find that this is the perfect place for them because they're at the bottom, they're kind of hidden. So if you do need to find it, you can just get them and go. They're easily accessible, and I just love them on the bottom there. You can see the little stool that we use sometimes down there. It sits right there. It's perfectly snug in there. So you probably noticed there is light in here. We did have an electrician come in and add a light fixture in there. Honestly, the main reason is because we wanted our Dyson to have a home. Before, it would sit on the floor, it would sit against the wall, and it would fall all the time. I needed to create a space for it to live. So we had our guy come in, put the electricals in here, and we finally were able to mount it to the wall and use it in here. So whenever we are done using it, we just hook it back up to the wall and let it charge. So it's always charged, it's easily accessible, and yeah, I just love this room. It's super functional, and I'm super excited to be showing you guys my storage room. Okay guys, what did you think? Like I said before, I'm super excited with what it has become now. It is now functional, there is no more clutter, and everything is at your fingertips. We even have a key chart. So for whatever reason we can't find anything, or someone else comes into the space and needs to find something, they can just find it with ease. So yeah, that was my goal. My goal was to make this space as functional as possible, and I believe I have achieved that goal. So let me know in the comment section below if you have a coat closet, and if you do you use it as a coat closet, or do you use it for something else? Let me know, let me know, let me know. So you already know what time it is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and thank you so very much for watching this video. And as always, I'll see you next week. Bye. If that's not scary, what is?